I am the most vocal and decisive critic of American intelligence agencies I've ever met. And if you were somebody who was just better off a peasant all along, it may seem contraindicative. For instance, first do no harm, or you're not a goddamn doctor at all. Should be none of your business. Hashtag zombie apocalypse. Turkey's influence on Germany and Britain is far more widespread and insidious than you may understand. Your impression of Christianity is based on 1,500 years of holy war. The war on terror is redundant in the context of the war on drugs, which is redundant in the context of the war on crime. We're becoming the Islamic State of Islamic states. People say Talmudic Judaism is not Judaism. Is Christianity even Christianity without the Torah? Who is Jesus without Moses? Never heard of him. The Jews believe that Yahweh, Jehovah, Yehoshua is a jealous and vengeful God. The Muslims must believe that Allah is a jealous and stupid God. My criticism is incisive because it's constructive. You can't call yourself a federal agency and then just get your ass kicked by one guy. Department of Homeland Security is illegal immigrants, as far as I'm concerned. What I know should cover the cost of the FBI absorbing them and giving our goddamn tanks back to the Department of Defense, whether they want them or not. It's called the gay mafia, FBI. You know it's true. You know it's true. These words cannot convey. I cannot stress it enough. Anyway, whatever they are, they will get their asses kicked on the street and then go and assert diplomatic immunity to deny it. What is DOJ supposed to do? We're engaged in a global war on terror because we are losing holy wars on multiple fronts because DOJ, Roe versus Wade first, do no harm, or you are not. I don't care if you have 11 justices, just unanimous consensus. In the eyes of God, you are not a doctor. Furthermore, by the stipulations set by Socrates in ancient Greece, Islam does not qualify technically as a religion. Take those two facts. These are not just opinion. These are at least expert opinion, surviving witness testimony. Take my Hippocratic Oath revisited at my blog, mfrodeo.blogspot.com. My first rodeo is what it actually means, not to be confused with MF or oh God. Use that as a minimum basis for your own extrapolations and pontifications, just so that is included. It includes the criticisms of the Hippocratic Oath and, objecting perspectives from Harvard and the like, what you might call dissenting opinions. This idea that abortion, the Hippocratic Oath does not preclude dilatation and curettage. I mean, it's French. If the French branded it, okay, it's legal. It's officially medicine. They stole it from somebody and claimed it. So the argument is mostly there. You really can't refute what I have said. I could say more, but it's a starting point. Islam terrorizes women and children to procure the world's most valuable resources, and they hoard it. The United Nations brings Islam to the table. Well, the Catholic Church knows Islam is wrong. There is no facet of Western diplomacy that could not, with adequate preparation, be facilitated by the Catholic Church. Oh no, not a united European church. Well, there's no danger of uniting the churches. The Catholic Church in my town doesn't like the Catholic Church over there. It's our church. The problem is, if you don't recognize the distinction between church and state, you treat the state like just another church for you to usurp. Fascism rejects the church, usually by impersonating it. It corrupts the government. Democracy, the unwashed masses, etc. It expands it because, terrorize the peasants and they'll support whatever agenda. It collapses it once it's, it's a bubble. So that the devastation, by the time they're done, you're begging for liberation from your own freedom. And then it blames the church. It repeats, leaving you holding the bag for the decimation of your own flock. Bill Gates is, supposedly, he supports a global depopulation agenda. And can you blame him? IBM is the first company in American history to go bankrupt with an active defense contract. And then we turn around and blame him for Y2K after we put AOL in every office of government because AOL's not worth as much. Just go after you're either a slave of the prophet or the infidel. Sound familiar? So MIT, right, Bill Gates says 20 years from now is a better time to be born than any other time. Meanwhile, MIT says 20 years from now, global order is supposed to collapse. We will not be compelled to compete on this level. So either way it goes. Understand, Islam is not a religion. It is not protected the same way that Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism can be. They can be protected. They're worth going to war. They're worth banking on. Better dead than red. Have I mentioned I'm one of the kids that has had homos and fucking retards following him around his entire life and you don't have a say in the matter? mfrodeo.blogspot.com. Just a friendly suggestion if you intend to stay. First, do no harm, or get back in your boat.